Hey. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again. We're live with 2SRL, Assetto Corsa. We are in Italia. We have Wimpy on mic with me. Hello, Wimpy. Yep. So just to give everybody a lowdown, I can't remember what round we are. I think it's about four. We're quite a few races into the season. It's season two SRL Assetto Corsa GT3 series. Usually see me on track, usually at the back, but this time I've decided to, you know, to watch the race from the safety of the commentary box, and we've got the usual suspects on the grid today. Um, I think the in, the information I'm getting is Tipsy Bob is the master of this track, at least on the time trial side of things. The guys have been grinding this track all week, and Tipsy Bob is top of the charts at the minute. So he is eager to kind of convert that pace into race pace and win this one. It'll be his first win. So yeah, there we go. They're just saying can't hear Wimps, so let me just check something and make sure he is good to go. Wimps, can you give us a wee mic check, please? Yeah, it is looking like a good one. We are getting some issues with audio here, but let me see if I can turn down my in-game audio, and hopefully that will help us hear the great tones of Wimpy. Uh, yeah, audio's down as low as it'll go, so hopefully that's a little bit better. And yeah, so getting to this race, we've got Hugo on top there with a 148.4. So I think 147s should be around the order of the day if we're going for pole position. Um, and yeah, Hugo is currently tops, but Tipsy Bob has went into P2 position. Wimpy, if you could just give us a wee bit of a test on the mic there, hopefully that'll fix the audio issues.
Um, yeah, how do I sound? Can you guys hear me clearly? Testing, 1, 2, 3. So hope that works a little bit better.
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, mate, and hopefully the hopefully the audience can hear you as well. As yep,
We hope so.
we're getting good feedback. It works. Yeet, indeed, Kitsune.
Awesome.
So yeah, and
The sexy voice of Vumpy is
Lu,
being heard
Lu,
loud and clear.
Luigi saying yes, that angel voice, and Kitty
Oh,
saying Wimpy, please talk.
jeez.
Yes, it works. Yeet.
Here we go.
Okay, so let's have a look at Tipsy Bob as he's about to head out here onto the track. He's got the Lamborghini, which I am hearing has the best top speed out of all the GT3 cars. So obviously on track like Monza, that is, it's going to be the biggest kind of showcase of that speed. So he will have a slight advantage on the straights. So we'll keep an eye on that during the race. Um, it's a very famous track. I'm sure everybody's aware of it. Anyone who's into racing will obviously know of it. It's when we race in F1, F2, and here we are in GT3 cars. So it's a familiar sight, and I know I'm a personal fan of this track. It really separates the boys from the men, and the men from the old men. We're just gonna put the audio of the game up a little bit. Hopefully that sounds a bit better.
Bans is out there going around track, but I see he's half a second off his pace. So not sure if he's on his outlap or qualifying.
Yeah, so Bants maybe if Yeah, it's hard to tell on this one if he's on a outlap or inlap, but yeah, he's kind of mirroring Tipsy Bob at the minute. But Tipsy Bob, as I say, you know, before this here, this run of Tipsy Bob's, he is on fire at the minute. He's doing very good in the F1 series, but I know the Asetto Corsa, he didn't really take to it too well to start, but he's really come into a life of his own here on track, and he's up for the challenge this weekend, I think.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm really looking forward in Bants coming back strongly in the front, see what he can do. And like I said before, Tipsy Bob, I would love to see him in the top 3 today on this track,
Yeah.
mixing things up a bit with a point system on the log.
Yeah, it may be a smaller grid than we're used to with the F1 series, but you'll be glad to know that it usually does have very close racing, especially for the win. Tara and Thimo are usually the guys that are up at the front there battling for the win, but we've seen a few other people come through recently, like Hugo, and that Bants did really well recently. In Spa, he won Spa, and he's been on very fiery form at the moment.
Yep.
But I'm watching I'm watching Tipsy at the minute as he cuts the corner of the second chicane, and that is going to cost him. He was up in his time by .7, so he
Yeah,
does.
I'm watching. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm watching Bans now, and he's actually 2 tenths up on his time going around this slow chicane. It's 4 tenths up now, 4 tenths. 3, 4 tenths, it's shifting up and down. But it's definitely up on his time. It seems like he's on a really good lap.
Yeah, Curse as well. Kitty's pointing out to us we're being a bit ignorant of this, but Curse is P2, so
Okay.
that needs to be you know, stated out loud publicly, because yeah, it's good to see the cursed guy up top.
Oh yes, definitely, for sure.
And Bants currently down on his time, so actually it was that cut that I thought Tipsy did. It was actually Bants did that cut on the second chicane, and he lost a lot of time. He was up at that point, but let's see. Tipsy Bob is coming around the final corner. I forget what we call this corner. Is it Raskas or something like
Not
that?
sure, man, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not great with the corner names, but Tipsy is crossing the line. He doesn't go any better. He's actually quite down on his time there. Interesting. Terror
Tipsy Bob
Incognito. Ooh.
is up. Is it Tipsy? Sorry, it's Ben's again. Ben's going over the line about 3.3 tenths faster, and he moves up to 3rd position, just behind Terran Cook.
Yeah, Terra Incognito just put that lap in there, so it's put Curse down to P4. So Tipsy Bob is actually P5 at the minute, but I know that he's got a lot in that tank, and I think it's worth noting these liveries. I love these liveries. It's one thing I really love about this GT3 series is you can do your own custom livery, and
Oh yes.
Tipsy Bob, obviously he's Irish, and you can see the green, white, and gold.
Awesome looking.
Yeah, the colors line, and there's little details that you might not pick up unless you look really closely. Like at the back of this of Tipsy's car, it'll say "Don't touch this."
I can see that.
Yeah,
So Tipsy's up about almost 3 tenths, but it'll still keep him. No, it'll actually. Will it actually push him up? He's 8 tenths off the leader. Yeah, it'll actually push him up 3 places. Should he be able to pull out 3 tenths from this lap? Let's see what happens. It's gonna be really tight for P3 or P4. Oh, and he just lost a lot of space with the chicane. I mean,
yeah,
time correction.
yeah. For Ascari there, he didn't get a very good line there. He kind of compromised his exit run, so will cost some time here, but he might still improve. He keeps it nice and tidy for the last corner here.
Still almost a tenth up. He's definitely picking up some speed through that last corner. 2 tenths, almost 2 tenths up over the line. And it puts him 2nd place. Wow.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff from Tipsy there. He's parked it at the side of the road. He's going to go down back into the pits and put on a fresh set of tires and do it again.
Yep. And meanwhile, Terror seems like on his out lap, coming around for a qualifying lap. Who else is on track? Let's see. Cursed also.
Sorry, I have to point out that Forrest has picked me up on something. He says the final corner is called Parabolica. Of course it is, and Raskas
Oh, yes.
Raskas is the penultimate corner in Monaco. So Senior.
Oh, did we forget that? We are F1 racers and we don't even know that.
Senior
Oh,
moment.
thanks for
Senior
that,
moment. Thanks.
man. Yeah,
Thanks
boy.
for correcting me there. We've got our fact checkers in chat there, so they'll always keep us right. Triton as well saying that Lambo bad, Bob good. I think on this track though, it's Lambo good, Bob good, or Bob super good, or even better than usual. But at the minute we've got Hugo on top. He's had that time for a while now. 148.167. Are we going to see a 147 on the boards? I think we will, and I think Tipsy might be the guy to do it. But he's going to have to put together a perfect lap, and
Yeah.
that's a tough ask on this track. You know, you've got so much speed going into these heavy braking zones, these chicanes, and you want to get the best possible line and the best possible exit.
Yeah. Terror just started this lap now, going through the first chicane. He's already almost 2 tenths down on his time. It seems like has he backed out? No, he hasn't. He's continuing his lap. It's gonna be very interesting to see if he can take that P2 from Tipsy, because there's like 10 thousandths of a second between the two of them, P2 and P3.
Yeah, and that is looking good for the race, and I mean, their pace should be pretty close, and that should provide some action on track. We've got Kitty is giving a shout out to Kitty's Cottage Pie. Apparently she's fed her man Tipsy Bob today with cottage pie, so a happy a man well fed is a man who performs, according to
Oh, that
Kitty.
explains the P2 currently on the qualifying
Yeah,
lobby.
I need some of that cottage pie.
Okay. Hmm. There had to be something in the tea as well that she always gives him.
Oh yeah, of course. Tea, the drink of champions. Yeah.
Okay.
So
They're a whole 1 second down on his time, so I'm sure he's gonna back out of this lap.
Manku at the back setting a personal best, but it's not good enough to put him in the top 10. He's 3.6 seconds off the pace, so he's got work to do if he wants to, wants to get himself points today.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, what's interesting, Hugo's is on a fast lap as well, and he's actually up on his time. He's following, it seems like Tipsy Bob that's just in front of him. He's following a Lamborghini down the back straight.
Yeah, that might actually help him with a bit of
Some
slipstream.
slipstreaming,
Yeah.
yeah. See if he can actually improve his time. He's up on his time down the last straight before the final corner. About 400 of a second. 4,000, correct. I'm sure that Lambo's slipstream must be helping him. He's 1/10 up on his time now. Will he improve over the line?
Oh, he gets
It's Tipsy that's in front of him though. And
Yeah.
Tipsy's also up on 2/10, eh?
Yeah, Hugo kind of compromises run out there. He might have cost him some tenths, and I think it
Tipsy
did.
stays.
Yeah. Yeah, Tipsy stays P2. Hugo, I think it was the last corner there. He just ran out wide and he had to like lift off the throttle, and that's obviously cost him time getting to the finish
Yeah.
line. But
That was a really interesting finish to the qualifying.
yeah, look how close it is with Tipsy Bob, 0.050. So
It's
excellent
amazing.
stuff. So yeah, I just have a rerun on the leaderboard then. So Hugo in P1, we knew he is a fast boy. He's a race winner. He has many wins under his belt under different formats, and he's looking strong again today. So Tipsy Bob, if he was expecting an easy win, he's not going to get it because yeah, he's got work to do. Tetsu actually comes in at the last second there, puts himself into P9, moves Manku down to P12, Popo Gamer P11, NJJ in P10 then. So yeah, just Terra Incognito P3, that band's P4, Curse P5. Thimo looks like he's struggling a wee bit to get a good lap in there, but P6 not too bad from him. And then
Yeah.
P7, P8, Clara and Toto. So the race should begin any moment now, guys. So prepare yourself.
Yeah, I think the guy with the most surprising position in qualifying would be Tipsy Bob. I thought it was only rumors, but he's just proved us wrong. It's not rumors. He's actually here to prove something. So well done, man. It's good to see you up there.
Yeah, Kitsune is saying, Chief, it's Incognita, not Incognito.
It's
Yeah.
called the Irish accent.
It's too late now. It's too late. It's already it's etched into my brain as uh, Incognito. I don't even know what it is anymore. Just
Trevor Incognito. Right, here we go. All yours, sir.
yeah. So yeah, this is the usual thing where yeah, it's unfortunate, but we'll get to see the start. But from my car's point of view, before I get to retire, and then we'll join the race. So we're probably going to miss out on some action at the start here. I do apologize for that.
With compliments of Asetto Corsa.
Yeah, boy. So we've got 26 seconds. The guys will be just adjusting their fuel load, just checking their tire pressures, you know, doing the last minute checks. And you can see Wimpy there sitting ahead of my car in the SLR
Yeah, boy.
SLR
I
livery.
qualified in front of him.
Always get the best of me. So here we go. The lights are going to come up. Do you want to call this one, Wimps?
No, you go ahead, sir. I'm not. It's difficult not to call on what you see on screen. Go for it.
Yeah, so they are off, and it looks like a tidy start from everybody. Yeah, I can't see anymore what's happening, but they're heading on to turn one. Hopefully we can get a good look at this now. Yes, Tipsy Bob looks like he's going to go down the inside of Hugo. There's a lot of this concertina effect behind him here, and Toto is out of the session.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got caught up in a crash there, but he is out of the session. It might have been a disconnect, but yeah, Hugo hanging on to that start for now. I'm just going to quickly make sure my car is back in the pits. Yep.
Right, so we got Hugo, Stupsy, Bob, Bants in third place, Trevor Incognito fourth, Thimo fifth, Popun, Thimo fifth, Popun. Really green start so far. It seems like Hugo's already pulling away a gap in front from Tipsy Bob. But we'll see how that Lamborghini can actually hang on to the back of that Ferrari on the long straights.
Ooh, and Toto's car's still in this session.
Oh,
I just
someone's
noticed
off at the
it.
back.
Yeah,
There's a Porsche off at the back.
that's Toto. Yeah, I was just going to say there. Yeah, Clara was making his way past Toto, and Toto went off track then. So Toto is back in the last position. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but Clara has made up 2 positions from the start. Not bad from him.
Brilliant start.
But up front, we've got Hugo charging away in the lead here. He's got 0.8 of a second lead to Tipsy Bob. And Kitty is cheering on her man and Chap Bob the Racer. Yes, we can. It's looking pretty good for him at the minute. He's keeping quite close to Hugo, and that's what he wants to do. The last thing he wants is Hugo to run away with this, stretch his legs. So Tipsy's already built up a 1.8 second. The Bants behind him, who's going to come under pressure from the BMW boys, Terror and Thimo.
Yeah, some really tight racing. They're all still very close to each other. And who's that making a move on Terror Incognito? That is Bants. Bants on the inside, now on the outside of the chicane. Terror going wide, taking the place back. Great defending by Terror.
Yeah, look how tight these guys are running at the minute. It's touch and go here. I mean, we're heading up to the second chicane, and it's another heavy braking zone. Who is going to be the last of the late breakers?
Oh, this is close racing between the two BMWs and Bants.
Yeah. Terror taking that inside line, covering off the line, and keeps the position P3 for now. Oh, Manku at the back has had an issue. He's looks like he's had a bit of a spin as he gets back up to speed, but he's P11 at the minute, way off the pace at the minute. These gaps are opening up, Wimpy.
Yeah, it's seems like Hugo's and Tipsy's stretching the lead a bit here, but it's still very close between the two BMWs and Bants. Bants kind of being sandwiched between Terror and Thimo. I think that's pretty much the closest action going on. Oh, and Terror goes wide. He comes back onto the track in front of Bants.
And there's someone at the back. Yeah, someone at the back's having an issue. I'm not sure who that is. It looks like Popo Gamer, I believe. Yep. Had a big spin coming out of Ascari, and I don't think he hit the wall, so I don't think there's going to be damage to that car, but obviously look how far back he's dropped from that.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of track position, but that he's probably have some damage as well. I guess.
Yeah, and we've
Got to
got
have damage. That
Bants.
was a massive impact with the barrier.
Yeah. Oh, did he contact the barrier? Yeah, I missed that.
Yep.
Terra Incognito back in front of Bants here, but Bants. Oh, contact from Terra and Bants there. It was a bit of a clumsy move going into the first chicane, and it's allowed actual Thimo to get ahead of both Terra and
Oh,
Incognito
brilliant!
and that Bants. Manku is out of this session. He drops out, so it's 10
Oh,
drivers remaining on track at the minute. And
yeah,
Thimo,
no,
look at Thimo. He's
sorry.
already built up a second lead over these guys as they fight hard. Bants and Terra kind of stuck like glue.
Yeah, but look at Bants terrorizing. Terror is still all over the back. He's not
Oh,
giving up on that.
and there was a big slide there. I think it was Cursed. Had a big slide. Him and NJJ, I think there was a bit of a coming together there between the two of them, and they put themselves right into the clutches of the drivers behind. So yeah, Tipsy and Hugo are able to kind of create this gap now with Thimo and Terror and Bants all scrapping away at the back.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right, so it seems like the two BMWs got, or rather, Timo's got a slight gap in front of Terra, and Ben's still hanging on nicely behind Terra. Really not giving up. He wants that position.
yeah, and I'm hearing from Triton and Chatty saying that NJJ made a bad move on Cursed. He completely yeeted him, is what he says.
Oh
So
no.
we just have Triton's word to go on by that. But yeah, that's not good for Cursed. He's back in P6, not too bad now. He's still in there in the mix, but yeah, NJJ back in last position as it stands.
Yeah, seems like the cars are spreading out a little bit now. Not much close racing. They say Paul is making a move in turn one. Who's that? Just follow this. It's Tez. Who's Tez? All over the back of Clara with the Ferrari.
He is indeed. He's lining them up for a pass here. Is he going to go down the inside? He thought about it,
No.
but he's patience is a virtue, and looks like Tetsu is being patient today here. It looks like he does have pace on Clara, but it's obviously harder to pass on this track than it looks.
Yep. It's good to see the Porsche cars in action as well. They've been hanging around the back lately, but they're in the action today, and I like it. It's some more action in the race.
Yeah, this is what this is a good showcase in the GT3 series. Is you've got all these different cars with kind of different attributes. Some are better in top speed, some are better through corners, and through the season, then you get to showcase the different car kind of attributes. And as we can see here, Tipsy Bob with this incredible top speed is able to really hang in with Hugo here, and yeah, he's keeping the gap to 1.6 at the minute. He's not falling off. And
That's a good chase from him.
yeah, Tipsy with a 149.1. That's his personal best of the race. 149.0 for Hugo. So Hugo just slightly faster that lap. Cursed
Yeah, I think this
actually.
is where these. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just going to say Cursed got the fastest lap there. A 148.2. So.
Ooh. Second Ferrari coming into action. Yes, I think this is where you can see where the cars with the top end speed gonna have a slight advantage above the rest. You can see how they starting to slowly break away from the rest of the pack. But we'll see. The race is still long, still a whole 31 minutes left.
Yeah, it's a long race, so the focus needs to be sharp for all the drivers. You cannot make a mistake, especially for the chicanes. Like Ascari is like renowned for taking out drivers. You just get the wrong line, you just clip the curb a little bit, and it'll send you flying.
Yeah, ask me, I know.
Yeah, I think we've all been there, man.
Yeah, man. I remember my last race on Monza. Just a slight touch with someone, I flew into the barriers, losing my wheel.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Yeah.
So FYI, Chief, you were supposed to be on track today. Aren't you missing the race? I mean, this is one of the iconic tracks that you would have loved to race.
Yeah, but I mean, the opportunity to do commentary with Wimpy. I mean, it's an easy choice, But yeah, I hadn't done any practice for this track, so I just felt right. They obviously needed a commentator, so forfeited my seat for this one. But yeah, this track, I mean, it is a fun track, but I just imagine I wouldn't been able to really fight up front for this win
Yeah.
or for any serious points. So I just thought I'll sit this one out and enjoy it from the comfort of the commentary box.
Oh, nice, man. All right, to get back to action, it's the two BMWs are right behind each other. Terra trying to make a move around the outside of Thimo, and he makes the move into the inside, but I think that was a pass. Thimo orders made of coming into play. That looked way too easy. I'm sure that was team orders. What do you think, Chief?
Yeah, I think so. These guys are, they're both in the same team and they're both in voice chat, and I think that is the case. I think Terra probably does have the better pace, and probably Timo, they came to agreement, said, "You try, you're a bit faster, you have a go, and I'll try and hold off Bants." But Bants, he smells blood. He's looking up the inside as Terra goes deep into the corner, and he actually backs out completely. He's dropped down to P5 now, yeah.
Yeah, not Timo's under fire from Bants. So this move actually backfired for the BMW team. Bants taking this opportunity with two hands. He's not letting it. He's really close to the back of Timo. I think he wants to try and stay into the slipstream zone for the back straight down to the last final corner.
Yeah, what's crucial is getting the best possible run out of Ascari here, and we'll see how he does as they ride the curb on the entry to the corner, and then there's this short left.
Ooh.
Yeah, it just runs a wee bit wide there, but yeah, pretty good exit from Thimo, so that's allowed him to keep Bants behind him, but you can see Bants is creeping up with a slipstream effect, kind of kicking in. It's not too much slipstream, or the effect of slipstream isn't too much here, but yeah, once again, Bants is going to try and get an ideal run out of, I believe, a Parabolica. And Terra Incognito is out of the session. I wonder if he's had a technical issue. Is maybe a... Oh, as Bants is going to go for a move around the outside of Thimo.
Oh, the touch.
Yeah, they're rubbing wheels here. This is going to the wire as they go to the first corner, the first chicane, and it's a heavy braking. So Thimo looks like he got the braking spot on there.
Great defending by Thimo.
Yeah.
Not easy to do in that first corner. You come down with a lot of speed. You have to get your braking point spot on. If you just miss it slightly, you go straight on and you can take the driver next to you with the off track. Can result in some penalties as well, but brilliantly done by both of them.
Yeah, you're just right, Wimpy, because, I mean, doing it alone, like if you're doing it, without Bants breathing down your neck, it's hard enough, but with this McLaren right on you, and Thimo knows that he makes one mistake, Bants is going to get past him, not a problem. So Thimo has to be on his best behavior here. He can't make any mistakes, or Bants will pounce.
Oh yes, for sure. Like Icewind always says, Bants is a wizard on braking. He's just brilliantly under braking zones, and to beat him like that takes a lot of skill. So well done to Thimo. Great driving by the two.
Yeah, and just to give you an update, Terra, I believe he got a penalty as well for cutting that chicane. I'm not sure why he quit out of the session though. There must have been some other issue there, but yeah. It leaves us with this brilliant battle between Thimo and Bants. And these guys are going hard at it.
Yeah, Bants lining up to Thimo again for the last corner. Probably going to take him down the main straight. He's really, really close all over the back of that BMW. Trying a slightly wider line. Oh, did they just went a little bit wider to not touch him?
Possibly, yeah.
Seemed like really close, and then it lagged away.
Yes, Parabolic is one of those corners, so there's different racing lines you can take, and some will give you a better kind of like exit speed, and that's really what Bants wants right now, is a better exit speed to get him on the start finish straight.
Sorry to interrupt you, Chief, but behind them, Clara is making a move on course into turn 1. They're running side by side into turn 1 through the chicane. And he keeps the position cursed. Clara is still all over the back of him, not giving up. And behind Clara is Popo Gamer in the Porsche. Also having a look at the two Ferraris. Once some piece of this action is going on the outside of Clara.
Yeah.
Are we going to see a 3 wide here? No, we're going to have a 2 wide at least. No, he's backing out.
Oh, it looks like too wide indeed, actually, yeah, between Kurtz and Clara, but Clara comes out ahead, and Popo Gamer got a good run on Kurtz here, so he might be able to take this inside
On the
line.
inside, wow.
Yeah, for the two Lesbos.
Oh.
Lesmos, sorry, Lesbos.
Oh, no.
Oh dear. Yeah, edit that out, edit that out. Wonder what's on my
Sorry,
mind.
don't got to laugh for that one.
There's two. Oh, there's someone at the back there in the
Anyway.
background. NJJ, yeah, I think he got distracted by the Lesbos. Yeah, he went off track, so
Alright, so it seems like Popo got past Curse with the Porsche, but now it's after Clara. Let's see if he can actually catch that second Ferrari.
yeah, but Kurtz isn't happy about this. See, he's had 2 positions dropped, and he'll be hungry to get those back. He won't like that at all.
Is Clara actually running a Spider-Man livery? It looks insane on that car. That's a really
It
nice
is nice, yeah. Let's have a little closer look
It's
at that.
really, really nice. If you look at the car from the front, it looks like Spider-Man's eyes in the mask. It's actually a brilliant idea. Whoever designed this car, well done to you, man.
Yeah, very nice livery there, and he's put himself up in P6 position. Kurtz is actually in the pits. He's come in for a fresh set of tires and to top up the fuel, so...
Alright, just sorry, just get back to you. Thimo's on the fire from Bants. Bants is so close to Thimo, it's like really, really close. Is he gonna make a move down the backside? They're side by side. And they're going too wide into the chicane. Bants holds his line. Thimo holds his line. Oh, this is just extraordinary racing, man.
Yes, Thimo getting the better run out and heads into the first of the Lesbos.
Okay.
I don't even know what they're called anymore. Is it Lesmos or Lesbos? I think it's Lesmos.
Let's just keep our attention to these two guys. It seems like they're doing some really close racing at the moment.
Yeah, I think Bants has a
up.
better... Yeah, he's not giving up, and that's what I love about Bants. I love watching him race. He never gives up. If he gets...
He's super close.
Yeah, is he going to go for a move here? No, he's going to try and line him up for a move after Ascari. Oh, Bants brought a lot of speed into that corner. Almost had to brake early. And that might compromise him on his run out, but he's... Yeah, Timo's doing alright here. He's holding on to his position for now.
Yeah, Thimo coming under a lot of fire from that McLaren. And
yeah, I think is... yeah, Bants, once again, they come through Parabolica.
takes that slightly wider line.
Yeah, and he's closing in a little bit. It's not going to be enough for the pass, I don't think, unless he's very, very, very late on the brakes. But
What's funny enough is the McLaren should have a little bit more top end speed than the BMW, but for some reason he just can't get. Do you think he might be running a little bit too much wing or something?
it's possible, yeah. And then they got fuel loads as well to consider. I think they'll all be running the soft tires, like. But I think Bants has a better pace here. You know, just marginally over Thimo. But Thimo is making his car as wide as possible and not letting Bants pass, and it's hurting Bants. It's hurting Bants. But Bants...
Thimo going slightly wide into the chicane. Oh, Bants once again all over the back of that BMW. Going around, trying to move around the outside of Thimo. Slightly had to lift off the other way, he would have gone off. But he's still right in action. Let's see if he's going to make a move down this road, maybe.
He is. He's going to go for a move. I can see that he's got the better pace on him already. Although once the BMW gets up to speed, I think it's actually got a bit of top speed advantage over the McLaren. And I think...
That's actually surprising.
Yeah, Pixel and Chat is confirming. He's in Wimpy. The BMW is the second fastest car in the straights. So there you go.
Wow, okay.
That's why he can't get past him. Yeah, that's why he can't
get
past.
Thank you for that, man. I mean, surely if you see on paper, you would always go for the McLaren or the Ferrari on top of the BMW if you think of top speed. But yeah, this shows you, cars of today, they're not the same anymore.
So these guys continue to run less than a second apart, and it's great to see this here on track. I mean, it's really giving us a good battle. Who else? We've got Clara's on Popo Gamer for P5. And I think Tetsu is
Right,
coming
keep
into
an
the
eye on that.
pits.
I'll keep an eye on Bants and Thimo.
Yeah, Tetsu in the pits from P7.
So this is where the fun starts, where the pit stop starts coming. And Bants on going around the outside of Thimo again down the back straight. They're going side by side. Bants actually passed Thimo. He's gone around the outside of Thimo. That's a great move by Bants. He had a really good exit off the turn 1. See if he's still in the lead. Yeah, he's managed to keep his position in front of Thimo. Now it's going to be interesting to see if that BMW can hang on to the back of Bants.
Yeah, it was touch and go there. He actually got a wheel on the grass, and it didn't cost him too much time though, and he's made the move stick. He got himself up to P3. I wonder. I mean, the gap ahead of Bants is quite a big one, but we just never know. I mean, Tipsy or Hugo could make a mistake or have issues for themselves. So Bants is one. He's already stretching his legs here a good bit. He's almost a second ahead of Thimo.
Yeah. He's doing personal best times at the moment already in the first sector or two. So it seems like that. Oh, and he's gone off. Bants has gone off.
Oh, Bants is off, and he's
Oh,
right
he's
the way
lost
around.
it. Oh no, Ben.
Ascari claims another victim, but he didn't hit the wall. No damage done.
Oh, there's a car coming up to the chicane.
Yeah, Popo Gamer and Clara. Yeah,
Oh.
they're gonna get him. Yep. Popo's already passed. Clara's passed. NJJ's too far back in P7, so Bants, that mistake cost him 3 positions. Sorry.
Yeah, Clara all over the back of Popo. Let's see if Clara can make a move down the main straight and finally pause that Porsche. But no, wait, the Porsche was behind Clara previously, so somehow Popo paused Clara.
Well, Popo's in the pits. Popo's in the pits, as is Thimo.
And Bants.
And Bants, yeah. So we've got 3 guys in the pits here, which puts Clara up to P3.
Right. Now it's getting interesting. As we approach the 19-minute mark to this race, countdown timer, 19 more minutes. See what happens after the pit stops.
Yeah, so these front guys, Hugo and Tipsy Bob, they'll be thinking about pitting soon, I would say, as well. Get a fresh set of tires for the... We're pretty much at the middle part of the race, really.
Yeah. Trying to find some action on track.
I'll just follow on Bants here as he comes out of the pits. He's actually got... I was going to say he got cursed. No, Cursed has actually moved up to P5 now, but he's still the pit, I believe. As Cursed still the pit? I think...
Tipsy, amazingly, still hanging on to the back of that Ferrari of Hugo's. He's not far off. You can still see that Ferrari in his distance. So this is, once again, it's great pace shown by Tipsy. Yeah, it's good to see him up front.
Yeah, I mean, just keep him within, you know, visible distance of Hugo in itself at this part of the race is a big achievement. Hugo's like he's part alien, I think. He just gets better and better, and you hardly ever see him make a mistake, you know. And Hugo's in the pits. Speaking of that part alien.
Ooh.
Yeah, Hugo's in the pits. So let's just keep an eye. So Tipsy Bob is effectively the leader of the race now. He's yet to pit. Hugo getting a nice tidy stop in his pit box. It is.
So we got Bants all over the back of Popo Gamer. Going down the back straight underneath the bridge. Coming into the false chicane.
Coming up the Ascari again. This is where the scene of the accident. Oh, and he gets a really good run there. I think Popo had a bad run for Ascari, and yeah, it's allowed Bants to close right up.
For sure down the straight. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he's tucked in right behind him here, but he's going to think about pulling out at the last second. Popo guarding that inside line, but Bants...
Oh, what a move! What a move! Great switch back to the inside.
Yeah, big fan of the switchback. Wimpy, I know you've done a few of those yourself this week.
Hey, my favorite move.
Oh, and a bit of contact between Bants and Popo. Nothing serious there, but...
Yeah, Bants falling slightly behind the Porsche. Yeah, he's fallen back. His Porsche's taken back to position. Popo Gamer. Bants really late on the brakes. Whoa.
Yeah, a bit of contact there. Bit of a nudge. Love tap, we call them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love taps whenever you don't kill the person, you know, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. I wonder if you got damage. I don't think that was hard enough for some damage.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, the damage is, I think it's turned down a little bit, but it is still quite significant, but yeah, a wee tap like that shouldn't do too much in the way of damaging the handling or top speed of the car. So
No, we have
Bants...
Mr. Bob in the lead
Oh yes,
with
and he's in pits actually. He just went in the pits.
Clara second.
So we're
Oh
gonna...
yeah, see him coming into the pits. Let's keep an eye on him and see where he comes out.
Yeah.
Gonna be really close between him and Joris.
Yeah, I'm riding on board with Clara at the minute. I want to see if he pits as well, and we'll see where Hugo...
I've got an eye on Tipsy.
Yeah,
I'm watching
Clara
Tipsy with the
is
exit.
in the pits, so let's see. Hugo's about to make his way through Parabolica. And yeah, you can see how smoothly Hugo gets on the throttle here as Tipsy just coming out of the pits. Hugo is about to pass his DRS activation zone. Yes, and he pips him. Actually, I think Tipsy might have...
Jeez.
I think Tipsy
Look at
made up
that
a bit
gap.
of time there.
It's pretty much the same actually, to be honest.
We'll see when it comes up, but I think he might have... Yeah, he might have got a wee bit of... Yeah.
Slightly closer, yeah.
Yeah.
Slight little bit of undercut. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit closer. I can confirm that.
And Kurst has actually moved up to P4. Thimo now P3. Clara comes out of the pits at P5. Oh, as I said, yeah, Bants and Popo zoom past. And yeah, Clara's now P7.
Popo hanging nice on the back of Bants nicely with that Porsche. Sticking all over. But it seems like we're gonna have a 4-car battle soon. With Clara behind them, and behind Clara is Tizu. You go.
Yeah, he's hanging in there as well. Yep.
Showing some good pace. Alright. Oh! And Bants goes wide, and Popo gets ever so slightly closer to him.
Yeah, Clara as well. Got a bad exit from that last corner. It's fallen off the pace a little bit. Didn't hurt him too much here, but yeah. Bants under pressure from Popo. Popo's one of these drivers, though. He just gets better and better as the race goes on here. So Bants better better build up a gap, or he's going to find himself under even more attack from Popo.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Let's see what happens. It's really coming closer and closer. Oh, someone goes wide again. Is that Clara? Clara went 2 wheels off track at the exit of his car.
Yeah, I think that was Tetsu actually. I think the orange car, yeah.
Was it?
The Porsche.
Yeah.
So here's a question now. I think Kurst is pit, but has he?
Cursed?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's quite hard to keep up, you know, with all the different things that happen in a race, and I don't know if Kurst has pit.
There's so many tools to use in this game. Just try and find something that can tell us.
Yeah, because if he has not pitted, that P4 position's legit. He's yeah, he's looking pretty good, and he's not too far behind Thimo. 2 seconds up the road there, and you can see him going. So he heads through the second, second chicane and head towards the Lesmos corners. So the closest battle on track at the minute is Popo Gamer and actually Clara and Bants.
Oh, this is just what we wanted. 4-car battle. It's coming to that.
Clara looking punchy here. I think there was a bit of contact, but yeah, he's looking very pacey for these Lesmos.
Ooh. Just look at Clara all over the back of Popo.
Yeah, so at the moment, Hugo is leading this race, 4-second gap over Tipsy Bob in a solid P2 position. Thimo, though, P3 is under fire from Kurst. Bants P5, and that P5 is being contested quite heavily here. You can see Bants, Popo Gamer, Clara, and I think Tetsu as well is joining on to this battle for this P5 position. So yeah, it's battling hard as we go into the last 12 minutes of this race.
Yeah, good saying Team Vintage for the win. Oh, and is that Popo Gamer going off? Popo and Clara might contact them both.
Oh no, that's terrible. And Clara as well, just slowed right down, I think. Yeah, there's been an issue there. I didn't catch it on the stream, but yeah, Clara is. I think that might might have been Clara's fault based on the fact that he's let Poo-Poo through. So that denies us that big battle for P5, unfortunately.
Oh
But
man, alright.
but it puts Bants in a solid P5 position, so Bants is able to just try and rein in Cursed for that P4.
Yeah, no close battles at the moment on track.
Yeah, I think Cursed is I think he's reeling in Thimo, so let's keep an eye on that gap. It's under 2 seconds at the minute, so just keep an eye on that as it creeps down the ways. You never know, Cursed might get Thimo by the end of this one. Yeah, gap is... Yeah, it's around about
Definitely
2.6.
coming closer. Yep. Hope we're gonna see some last couple of lap action here. Otherwise it's
Tetsu...
gonna be a long 10 minutes.
Yeah, but Tetsu's had an issue there. He's dropping down the order. He was P6 there for a moment. And yeah, I think he's had a spin. And that's cost him a lot of positions. In fact, so much so Clara's got past him as Popo Gamer and NJJ. So NJJ's come back into this for his P7. What's at the
Good
back there,
stuff,
bro?
man. Good to see him in there.
This gap between Curses and Thimo that we're keeping an eye on as well is down to
Yeah, it's 200 closing. It's closing.
1.4.
Something's gonna happen, yeah. Like a tune always says, we want some heatage. As long as Tipsy's not involved, right?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. No more ETH.
More heatage.
I've just ridden on board with Curse here, as he navigates his way through the first chicane, gets the power on coming out of the chicane, and he's looking quite pacey here. The gap is 1.6, so it's kind of bouncing up and down a little bit, but we've got 9 minutes left, so that's probably going to be about, what's that, about 6-7 laps? Should be enough time get the job done here, but BMW being the second fastest car at Monza here today, it's going to be a tall order for Kurz. So let's see what he's got in the bag. I think Kurz was like second in the time trial. That the guys were, the guys all have this data that's available to them throughout the week. For the server, and he was second fastest.
Wow. Okay. Let's say that once again it comes in. Same with Formula 1, I always say the guys bragging about the TT times. So it's one thing to put up the first time, but it's another thing to keep it consistently. That's the other thing, So your consistency, I think, is one of the key points that you need to focus on during a race. But yeah, still he's in a good position, P4. Somewhere I would never be.
Never say never. You never know.
Reminds me of last night's P1 and P2 in F2. P1 and P3 rather. I'm still looking for the screenshots with the chief on pole position for the second race.
I know it's a rare event, so yeah, we'll enjoy it when it happens.
Yeah. Alright, so Kurz definitely caught up with Thimo. He's closer than before, so let's see what happens. It's now, what is the gap now? It's now... Don't seem to see the gap.
I think it's like 1.3 at the minute.
1.3 now, 1.3.
Yeah. So he has closed down a little bit, so he's chipping away at that.
Yep.
NJJ as well, he's on the back of Popo Gamer, so he's not too far behind here. It's like a 0.4.
Follow that.
Clara as well, looks like he'll join on the battle for this P6. Bants not really able to make much of a dent in that time to Kirst. He's still 9 seconds behind or thereabouts.
Yeah, that was unfortunate to spend many at such a good race.
But look at this here, Wimpy, Thimo and Kirst, the gap is 0.5, so Timo's had an issue somewhere. Yeah, he's had an issue, and it's cost him a lot of time, like over a second.
I think his tires has warned.
Did Kirst just cut that corner? I think he did cut the exit of Ascari there. I don't know if he would get a slowdown for that. It looks like he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't slow down. Definitely did not slow down. Where he's really close to the back of Thimo now. Thimo taking the inside line, goes the outside line, slingshots it back in towards the inside down the straight, get a better exit and top end speed. So it's expected to see him in front of Thimo by the end of the straight. Let's see what happens. It's really close to him. He might run out of road or not. He's thinking about it. No, he goes back. So I guess he's just gonna hang around for another lap or two and then try his luck again.
Yeah,
He's playing the IQ game.
Well, one thing I noticed there from that run to the first chicane was Kurt's top speed isn't that bad compared to the BMW. I think he was actually closing in a little bit there as well.
Yeah, must be the slipstream.
But I just know Kurt would love to get this move done on Thimo. Oh, Thimo makes a big mistake.
There he goes. He takes the inside line. Side by side through the first left-hander. Kurt's still in the inside of Thimo. Thimo holding his line and he takes the position back. So, yeah, Kurt's is still sticking all over the back of that BMW.
Yeah, Thimo got away lightly. He had a really bad contact with the curb and it lifted the car up on the two wheels for a second. Oh, Kurst is right tucked behind him. He's trying to get down the inside here and it's... Oh, he squeezes him to the... Yeah, he just forces his way through that gap.
Squeezed him really badly.
Yeah, Kurst backed out a lot though. And
yeah, that was a bit naughty from Thimo.
Yeah, I think Thimo felt he had that closed off, but he obviously left a big enough gap for Kurst to stick his nose into.
We're gonna see some good action in the last couple of laps. We got approaching the 4-minute mark, so hold on to your seats. Thimo and Kurst will provide some last-minute action.
Yeah,
that's guaranteed.
Kurst got a really good slingshot from Parabolic, and I think he's going to get Thimo here. He's closing in already.
It seems like he's using that slingshot every time around that corner, and it works very well.
Yeah, Thimo guarding the inside line, which, yeah, if Kurst can hang around the outside here, he should get him. But we've seen Thimo
holds on to the position. Oh, and the contact again.
Yeah, Thimo is very, very good on the brakes, and that's keeping him ahead basically.
Yeah, he's making that BMW very, very wide through the chicane. I can assure you, Kurst is not gonna give up. He will go for it, and he's probably gonna pass him, but we'll see. By the looks of it, it's not gonna be long before it's gonna happen. But hopefully, no one will lose a position off track because of that. Because it looks really tight at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite easy to do. Lose a car. I think Popo Gamer's maybe done that himself there. He dropped down to P8 from P6, so NJJ up to P6 now, which is great from him. He was struggling early days.
Kurst nearly lost it on the exit of the second first right-hander.
Yeah, he's throwing at everything at Thimo, including the kitchen sink.
Yeah. Oh, he's really, really, really close to Thimo. I think he's lining him up. He's lining him up. He's literally pushing him through the chicane.
Yeah, there's no contact there, but he was so close. It was millimeters. Jeez. Oh, and Thimo gets a bit of a wheel in the dirt there, and I think that might allow Kurst maybe to think about a move here.
I'm sure Timo's going to need a new underpants after this race.
Thimo Brown underpants. Oh, and Thimo goes wide. He goes way too deep into Parabolic. And that is going to cost him a lot of time. He's dropping off here massively. He's probably going to lose about a second.
Timo's is completely gone.
Yeah, I think he's lost about a second from that already. 2 seconds possibly.
Yeah, it's 2.5 more minutes to go. It should be the second last lap. I think next time around we will be on the last lap.
Yeah, Bants putting in a PB for himself there, 148.9, but he saw that. He's down the road and he smells blood, so he could potentially maybe pick off Thimo here. It's a big ass 4-second gap, but you never know.
Yeah.
Timo is struggling on those tires, as you said.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, Hugo's is still running away well in front with this race. Tipsy Bob hanging on to a nice solid P2 performance so far. He's kept it clean and away from the other cars, doing a good job today. So all the team, to the both of them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we haven't really shown them much on stream. There's been so much battling for the midfield pack, but we've got Tipsy Bob on screen at the minute. Yeah, P2 against some very, very strong drivers here, and yeah, Hugo out front just commanding this race, just building up his 8-second gap over 40 minutes. Not bad going from the young lad himself.
Yeah, Ben's still a long way off Thimo. Well, not a long way off, but quite a distance. He will never make up that time in two laps unless Thimo makes a big mistake. But look at the gap. Kirst already is pulling away from Thimo. Ferraris clearly have the upper hand now at the moment. I think Thimo's struggling on tires. What do you think, Jeff?
I think yeah, because like look at that gap to Bants. I mean, it may not get him in time here, but it's went from 4 seconds to 3 seconds. So he's struggling a little bit. I don't think Bants is going to get him though.
Yeah, so the leader going over the line with about 50 seconds left. This should be the last lap, or will it only count the last lap once the time is up and then go over the line? I
Yeah,
think that's how it works.
I
If I
think
can
that's how it
remember.
works. Yeah, so there'll be one more lap after this one then.
Alright, so this is the second last lap then.
It's kind of the race is kind of settled down here. You know, not really any close gaps as such. I mean, I think the closest one would be Popo to Clara.
Yeah, and we
3 seconds
have
though.
some close battles between Timo and Vans and Terra, but unfortunately it didn't work out the way we wanted to. And yeah, unfortunately Timo finally let go of his underpants, let Kirst through on the last.
Yeah, I hope he's wearing diapers.
Yeah. So anyway, so the time's up. Leader is on the final lap.
So yeah, we've got Pixel. Thanks for helping us out, Pixel in chat. He's kind of keeping us on our toes here. He's saying it's 40 minutes plus one, so you cross the line after 40 minutes and you do one more.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
So we just had that confirmed as well. Leader is on the final lap, so let's join the leader as he goes through Parabolic corner into
Yep.
the morning sunlight and across the line, and I believe this will be his umpteenth win in Assetto Corsa. Yep, Hugo has won the race. Let's join Tipsy Bob as he makes the same exit from Parabolica. Across the line, he'd be very happy with his performance today. Solid
Brilliantly done.
throughout. Yep, no mistakes from him. P2 in the bag for Tipsy Bob. Well, what about this, Kirst in P3?
Great stuff, man. Just absolutely brilliant. Well
Yeah,
deserved P3 for you, sir.
yeah, he worked for it hard, and he's got that third position. He's on the podium. We'll get a wee
Yep.
chat with him after the race, I think. It's great to.
Timo coming through in fourth.
Yep, Timo 4. P5 is Zap Bants, and then just coming through Parabolic now, it will be Clara Popo Gamer and NJJ to round up the top 8. Only 8 finish this one. So there we have it. A very good race.
Yeah,
40
I
minutes
think it
of.
was a pretty entertaining race, man.
Yep.
The last 10 minutes was a bit boring, but we got some action with what is it, Kirsten Timo, till he failed under the pressure.
Jensen saying Hugo needs to be sabotaged. The guy is too OP.
Yeah, he's really quick, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Hugo he joined league racing a while back, and to start off with, he was good, like, but he wasn't consistently good. But it just
Yeah,
over the years, like, he's just got better and better, and now he's at a point now where he's almost unbeatable. You know, people are kind of saying, you know, oh no, Hugo, Hugo,
yeah,
Hugo's got this one before the race has even started.
yeah. Jensen's asking what happened to Terra. Terra just slowed down. I don't know. I think well, did he go off? I can't remember quite.
Yeah,
I
so
think he went wide or something, and he just slowed down and left the.
he got a chicane, he got a slow down. Yeah, and Pixel saying he got to slow down. He wouldn't, and it wouldn't clear, so he would have been disqualified. Oh right, okay, that's interesting. So he got to slow down, but it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get rid of the slow down message. So then, yeah, he just quit out of the game. So that's unfortunate.
Oh man, sounds
Denied
like
us.
F1 2019.
It does indeed.
So, who do you think would be our driver of the day, man? I've got a good idea. It might be.
I think I know. Yeah, I'll let you go first though.
I would say Mr. Bob.
Yeah, it has to be. Like it's pretty obvious, isn't it? This one is
Yeah,
it's
not to throw Kirst away as well. I mean, Kirst also had a pretty good race, but I mean, Tipsy Bob just had a great pace during the whole race. Wasn't involved in any accidents. He kept his head cool. did his thing, and he actually hanged in there with that Ferrari all the way. He wasn't that far off. And I mean, to come from where he came from the previous races to what he did today, I think he did a good drive, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a word with some drivers then. Who do you want to speak to first? We've got everybody's in voice chat here, ready to be yoinked.
Let's start off with Mr. Bants and Thimo. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go. And we'll just yoink them in. Hello, Bants. Hello,
Hello,
Timo.
I
How's it
don't
going,
think I
guys?
want to talk.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah,
hello, guys.
so you're joining myself and Wimpy on stream here. Yeah, great race. Bants, maybe not such a great race from yourself. Just
I
one
actually did
mistake.
that once a race.
Just one mistake, but it was a costly one. Yeah, you were looking pretty
I've done that
pissy
once
though.
every race, actually, one of those.
Yeah.
But
Well,
this time I didn't manage to take it back, no. That's
yeah.
what it is.
Up to that point, though, excellent driving from you, man. You know, I was saying you're one of my favorite drivers to watch, and you never give up.
Oh, thank you.
You know, whenever you get overtaken. Oh, Timo fighting with his
Yeah.
wheel. You okay there?
I think Thimo is changing his underpants.
Yeah. Well, he has a VR headset. He's
They are
fixing it.
very rusty and make a lot of loud noises.
Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Timo has rusty underwear. get some
Sports
I
are-
can
WD-40.
confirm.
WD-40.
So, the man, Mr. Timo Brown.
Yeah.
How do you feel with being under so much pressure during this race, man? It was first from Bans that was all over your back. He unfortunately lost it, and he had to let you go. And then you came under pressure from Cursed.
Cursed.
And
I'm not
you
happy.
just, I told the chief on stream, I think you need to go get change your underpants after this race because I mean, it's a lot of pressure to deal with, man.
No,
How
it
did you manage
was-
to handle it?
I didn't. You saw it.
All right, straightforward.
Yeah, unlike me on a straight line when fighting other cars. No, I don't know. I'm not happy with this race at all. It's just the eternal crisis of
Just
if
a
I
question for-
if I put in as much time as anyone else, then I'm slower than everyone else, and I'm pissed because I don't have time to practice enough to do anything about it.
Yeah, it seems like towards the end of the race, you kind of lost some pace. Were you running out of tire wear?
No,
what
I don't
was it?
know. I just made even more mistakes. And
Okay.
yeah, it's I hate this track. It's not fun at all. I am convinced that Abu Dhabi is much more fun than this because Abu Dhabi has two sections that are fun and Monza has not a single one. I am, yeah, no. This
Alright.
has not been a good race and I didn't enjoy it at all. But
Yeah.
congrats to you guys for winning it and Tipsy and Curse to get podiums. I mean, they clearly did a good job.
Yeah,
Not that it was needed to finish that, but
they
yeah.
were just absolutely flying in front. They were just untouchable. They had a completely different pace from the others. I don't know if it's got something to do with the car or the craftsmanship in the drive in the cockpit also as well. But yeah, they were clearly leading by example. But anyway, anything from your side, Chief? Any other questions?
No, I mean, like Timo, I wouldn't say be too down about this race. I mean, you did pretty well. P4 in the end.
It's more than the race, but
Yeah,
it's
I
not
know, but I
the
mean,
place to discuss it.
head up, as Icewind would not say.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh.
But Bants, how much practice did you get in this week? I know that like maybe this one was a bit. It was a bit quieter this week, wasn't it? You know, with regards to the practice, I think didn't see too much flexing going on. You know, but it kind of builds up as the race comes up. I know you've got other commitments and stuff. So, how much practice did you have for this one?
I don't feel I should say about Timo, to be honest.
I know it.
Is
You
either
didn't do a single lap before the official practice session.
Oh
started.
no way! Are you kidding me?
What the hell? And you were that fast, man?
Wow, but there's a reason why it's fun as well.
Jeez.
you know.
Like, just imagine if you put in some time and practice, what you can achieve.
It's not. You don't need to.
Alright.
Clearly I do, Timo.
What?
Clearly I
salt
do,
is
Timo.
real.
Pace does
Well,
not equal
no, you
result.
don't. You don't need to imagine because you've done it in the past. But I mean, like in Wait, Spa you practice a lot or in?
And yeah, I practiced and I don't know if the previous ones. I just didn't have any time for this one.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
How was
impressive
the race
stuff,
to
yeah.
watch, though? I feel I should ask.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But it
There
kind
was
of,
more going on this time, wasn't there, than usually?
yeah, I mean, there was a lot of midfield battles going on. We didn't really follow Hugo and Tipsy too much because there were just kind of big gaps, you know, up front. But in the mid pack, it was great. It's unfortunate Terror kind of, you know, had his issue. He was in the mix with you
Yeah.
guys, and that was looking like a pretty epic battle. So kind of got denied on that front, and it kind of quietened down at the end. But yeah, as I always say with Assetto Corsa, you know, it always throws up these great races, you know. And I think everybody's fairly, you know, well matched. You know, they've got all these different car kind of attributes that come out as well. You know, a Monza, you get the Lambos, apparently the best, you know, best top speed and stuff. And I think that's really good to see. As you go there at different tracks, you've got different cars are going to be, you know, give you the edge. You know, so there's
Yeah, it can mix up the field a little bit. That's what I like too. But yeah, it needs some work. We need to figure out some of the kinks that we have at the moment. It's obviously Assetto Corsa is notoriously difficult to work with at times. Yeah, things like the penalty system are just basically non-existent and broken. It's yeah, that's also what happened to Terra today. Very sad. But yeah,
Unfortunate for you guys, but anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks
Right.
for the sorry guys. Chief.
Yeah, just gonna say thanks for joining us on chat, really, and we will catch you soon, guys. We'll see you next time. Okay.
yeah. See ya.
Ciao.
All right.
Right. So who next?
Let's what do you think, Mr. Bob or Clara?
Mr. Bo. What about Cursed?
Let's get Kirsten. Yeah, Kirsten. And who did he add some medals with?
He can tell us himself. We've got Milosh, blessed.
Hello.
Sir.
Sometimes blessed, sometimes cursed. Today you were blessed, it seems.
Ooh.
we saw you in that P4 position, and I was going, has he pitted yet? I don't think he's pitted. Has he pitted?
Yeah, I mean, fuck me, like it was just amazing. Like, yeah, I was really disappointed. Like at the qualifying, I was really disappointed because I knew I could have gone much faster. Race, I got I got the king because I had nowhere else to go. Then I got a bit of a yeetage from Mr. NJJ, but from monkey hands. But yeah, at that point I had really low expectations. Really, I boxed reasonably early. I think it was like lap 7ish to get the damage repaired because my car was like not in the best of conditions, to say the least. And yeah, I was like, right, I'm going full try hard mode. I got the Discord off. I was like, right, I'm just gonna focus on banging the best lap times I physically can. And well, it came to me eventually. Yeah, like I got past the boys after they pitted, and I actually got Thimo and Nude in, and I was really happy. I was just very ecstatic. It was really fantastic.
Yeah, I was saying on stream that, you know, when you were behind Timo, it was like he's gonna want to do everything he can to pass Timo here. You know, it's all to play for. It's the podium, but it's also bragging rights, you know, flexing rights.
Yeah.
You can't, money can't buy those, and today you've got them. You've got them. It's P3 in the bag. Very good race from you.
Just for FYI that you do know, you do know that Timo had to go and change his underpants after the race.
I do. I made sure he had to.
You had him under a lot of pressure, and unfortunately, he kind of folded under it because I mean he's been terrorized by Bants before you got hold of him, and then you came along. So
Yeah.
yeah, Timo had a hard night on track, man. But
Yeah, I
still
mean,
managed to keep.
yeah, I mean, there's points in the race I was like, and I think there's about 10 minutes left. Now I was 3 seconds behind. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna catch him. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get past him. You know.
Yeah, but
And you know, it was like 4 minutes left, and I was like, right, I'm right behind him. What can I do? And I have to do something. You know, anything can happen at this point. So yeah, it was really just an amazing race. I think it's one of my best drives, if not the best.
Excellent.
Really, from my like from that incident with NJG, and then to get back to P3, I think there was very little I could have done better, honestly.
Well
So,
done, man. Brilliant drive.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
talk us through that in some way, NJJ, because we didn't see it on stream, but they were saying in chat about it that he basically went into you, yeah?
yeah. I mean, I was weird. I don't know, like it was like like I was passing him just before the second chicane, and I was well side by side with him. I might have been like I think slightly ahead of him, and then he just kind of like turned in on me as I was passing him, like before the corner even started. And I was a bit, I don't know, surprised. I guess I like barely started braking, and then next thing I know, my car is sideways. So weird, I guess. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he was thinking to do, but I'm reasonably sure I did my part of giving him enough space and being clean. But yeah, have a look at the replay honestly, because yeah, I'm not sure really like what he was doing honestly.
Yeah, and it's a horrible thing to have happen to you at the start of a race because you're just like, oh, you get that sinking feeling. You're like, I've got all this
Yeah.
time to make up, and to get P3 as a recovery drive is quite impressive. I'm impressed. It doesn't happen very often, so savor this moment.
I will.
And yeah, maybe we'll see more from you in the future in Assetto Corsa then, more podiums,
Hopefully,
maybe a win as well on the horizon. But
perhaps.
you've got the likes of Hugo and Tipsy to beat. And speaking of which, I think it's time we bring those guys in. So thanks for joining us on stream, Kirst.
No problem.
We'll speak to you soon,
Let's
okay?
yeah, well done, man. Good race. Let's get Terra in and let him talk to us. What happened?
Okay, yeah.
Explain what was that all about? Also, the team orders I would like to know about.
Yeah, so Tara, you're joining us on the stream. It's me and myself and Wimpy here,
Alright,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, we just wanted to get your take. I mean, it was hard for us to kind of determine what happened to you. It just looked like you cut the chicane maybe a bit, and then
Yeah, I cut the chicane and got a well, what would have been equivalent to like a 30-second penalty for it. So I was like, yeah, that's not happening. So yeah, that's not the most glorious way to end my Assetto Corsa career, but that's the way it is.
Oh man, are
Yeah,
you finishing tonight? Was that your last race?
I think so. I think so. I think that's certainly for Assetto Corsa. ACC is just better. I think it's a better experience, and with that sort of thing happening, yeah, I think that's probably the end,
Yeah, for some
as far as I'm concerned.
choose to drive a competizione a bit more than the normal one. I don't know what it is about the game, but yeah. Also, another thing I would like to know about is were there team orders involved? We were almost certain about the switch between you and Thimo.
No. We
Yeah.
were all racing. It was a really good battle. I had a good battle with Bants as well. That was some hard racing there. But
Alright.
yeah, the Timo thing was absolutely we were contesting it.
Oh, okay. It looked so
pretty
easy.
pretty
But
clean.
it was actually a team order trying to do some tactics against Bants.
No. I mean, we were both competitive with each other. We knew that. So yeah, we were just trying to do the best we could. I was trying to put Thimo between myself and Bant so that hopefully they would fight. But then I made that mistake, so
Alright.
that wasn't allowed to happen. So yeah.
Yeah, but sad to hear that you might be done with the Assetto Corsa Man and it in the way it actually ended for you tonight.
Yeah, no, thanks. It is unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, it's just like there's a lot of this sort of stuff with Assetto Corsa, and it would be nice to have an experience that didn't that isn't compromised by something like that.
Alright. Anything from your side, Chief?
No, not really. It's kind of off topic, but yeah, Slay the Spire, I did it. I finally did it.
Yeah, I saw last night. It was big news.
Yeah.
So good to see. I'm sure there'll be many more heart kills in your future.
Oh yeah. I'll keep grinding away at that one. But thanks for joining us on chat. Appreciate it. Yes, it's sad to hear that you will be hanging up the AC racing gloves, but we'll see you on track soon again in some other format, I'm sure.
No, I'll be keeping up with the other stuff. So yeah. Thanks for the commentary, guys.
No worries. Speak
No
soon.
problem, man.
Bye.
Alright, let's get the driver of the day in.
The driver, yes, the driver of the day. So we have the driver of the day with us here. It's Tipsy Bob, the one and only, the P2.
Hey.
Yeah, P2 man. Very impressive stuff. We were expecting great things from you today, and you certainly delivered. Just give us I'm sure you're chomping at the bit here, but yeah, just give us your overview of the race, how it played out.
First of all, I'm surprised I got driver of the day, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's kind of a mixed bag for me, that one, because during the practice sessions today, we were all trying to beat each other's time, to set the fastest time on the server. And when I set it, I set the fastest time 127, I think 9, I think, or 147, sorry, 9. And the guys were saying it's practically impossible to beat, and thus no one has beat it yet. So I was pretty fired up for quali, thinking, right, this is going to be my first pole. And then whenever I got on the track, I just couldn't hook it up. I just couldn't get that feel that I had in practice in the car. And for some reasons, I don't know if you've maybe seen it some onboards, but at turn one, whenever the heavy braking zone and then you go around the first corner, you switch into second gear. For some reason, my second gear kept bogging me down, and Hugo just kept creeping away just little by little. But I was keeping up with him for the most of the first stint before the pits. I know it was quite a, was about between 1.7 to 2 second of a gap. It was kind of maintaining that gap.
Yeah.
But I was pushing my car so hard, and anyone who, as we've said before about these Lambos, they're just such a nightmare to try and drive. Now Monza is effectively the best track for it, thus hence my fastest time. But it is just overall a difficult car to drive consistently, lap after lap. So I was really pushing it, and I found myself running a little bit deep in some corners. So before the first pit stop, I kind of had accepted the fact that Hugo was pretty much going to get this and wasn't going to be have enough in the car to catch him. So the second, whenever the pit stop came, I knew I could have an extra lap going. So I ran an extra lap, which didn't really work out as much because I didn't really gain anything. I didn't lose anything either, but I didn't gain much by pitting last. So whenever he came out of my pits, I went for it again to see if I can close him down. And no, it was just kind of maintaining the gap, but not really shortening it or closing it down. So by that stage, I just thought, well, to hell with it. I'm just going to play it safe now and keep my P2, which is what I've done. A bit disappointed that I wasn't quicker, but listen to this. There's probably an explanation why that I was struggling so much, because Hugo asked me to send him my setup.
Yeah.
Obviously, want to query what I was using for quality to set that fast time. And it turns out that my setup was absolutely rubbish. I was actually running more ride height at the front than at the rear. So effectively, my car had no turning. I was actually giving it worse. The way generally you want to have low ride height at the front and more at the rear to give you a bit of rake. Well, I had the opposite. Plus, my dampeners were just all over the place, which he was explaining to me that's probably why I was struggling for turning.
Okay.
So, with hindsight, I would like to do this race again with just adjust my setup, and then maybe I'll be able to fight a bit closer. But ultimately, not. Ultimately, Hugo did a great job. Fair play to him. I knew it was going to be a difficult fight, and I'm just overall, guys. It's mixed feelings. I'm over the moon that I got the fastest on the server, and also to get a P2 against these guys, Thimo and Terra, and I mean, you guys have streamed it all. You know they are really, really difficult to beat in this. Of course, Monza is kind of an advantage to the Lambo. I think it was like 20 to 30 seconds or something. I think it was like 22 seconds ahead of them, which is pretty good on my part, because I'm not really that quick at this. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with that, guys. Thanks for the DOD. However, I'll just make a little mention because I don't want to ramble. Because you know me, I can talk all day. I am considering switching cars because I've put on my best for that Lambo. I think I did well. I think I got a podium. Was it a podium?
Yeah.
There's going to be a podium. I got a podium in Donington. I think I got a P3 in Donington. I think I did. Or maybe was it a P4? I can't remember, but I know it was very close there. And I got knocked off the track. And then I got that P2 in Monza. So I don't think I can really push that Lambo any further. So I am floating the idea of maybe switching cars.
Do you have one in mind yet?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking maybe the McLaren.
Hey.
No, I'm either thinking maybe switching completely with Pixel. Although I was kind of giving Pixel a hard time there because he convinced me to take the Lambo, and then I don't have him as my wingman. I either join with him or possibly this is a breaking news, or possibly I don't even think he knows it yet. Possibly might consider teaming up with my long-term partner in Formula One, because I believe there may be a vacancy with Bants in the McLaren in the thing in AC. And so knowing the history me and Bants have got and how well we work, together.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard stream with the editor Incognito interview. He also confirmed that he would be hanging up the AC gloves.
Oh, is
So
Terra
it
giving up
sounds like
too?
he's- Yeah, by the sound of it.
Ooh. Right, well, I'll maybe have a wee word with them off air to see what that's all
So
about. But
there's some options.
yeah, so there are some other options like out there, but I think overall the McLaren is many people say the best car in it. I don't know.
Ferrari's also going very
the-
well.
Yeah, I would definitely agree there. Wimpy, the Ferrari is, I mean, it is a hard, in the right hands like Hugo, it's really difficult to catch over a race distance. It really is. Even with the top speed of the Lambo, I think I'm like 7 mile an hour faster on the straights. Even with that, it's still, you just could not catch that Ferrari. It's really good. So I don't know. There are a few options available. As you say, there are some guys possibly stepping down. So we'll see what happens. I think Kitty wants to talk to these guys, and I keep rambling. So
Uh-oh.
I'll give a gap here, so I'll breathe. Hang on.
Quick talk.
Yeah. But you know, I don't know, guys. You know what I'm like. I start talking, I don't shut up. So if you want to ask something else or you want me to stop, just go ahead.
Well, what I would say is, no, what I would say is like, usually when you have those kind of races where you don't have anyone fighting with you the whole time, you can it comes like it's almost like a mind game. You start thinking about what you had for dinner, what you're gonna have for dinner tomorrow, or what do you,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? And it's so easy to make a mistake at that point. So fair play to you for keeping that focus throughout the whole race.
Well,
We
that
saw,
actually was happening to me, Chief. Before the pit stop, before the first pit stop, I was thinking to myself, "Oh flip, I didn't set up a pit stop strategy. I just realized."
oh
Just keep
no.
forgetting this. So midway through the race, I was, the way you can do it through the game, trying to flick my way, trying to set my fuel and stuff,
Yeah.
guessing how much fuel I needed, switching to the softs, and then I forgot how many laps I had put in my car because I don't have the lap data. Excuse me, how many laps I'm on. So I was mid race, in the middle of the race, I was going, Kenny, what lap is it on the stream? And then she was coming in and telling me, oh, it doesn't say it's it's 21 seconds or minutes to go. So my mind was elsewhere, trying to think of other things. I was thinking, oh, well, how am I going to get the jump on him, or can I make any adjustments? And then I noticed, as you were saying, I was making mistakes.
Yeah.
So by that stage, I just thought, right, you know what? I'm going to give up trying to catch Hugo. I can't catch him. He's too fast. I'm just going to try and settle down now and hold on to the P2. So overall, yeah, like you said, Chief, that's exactly what I've done.
Yep. Fair play, man. Driver of the day, well deserved.
Thank you very much. Actually, I think that's my first driver. I think, did I get one in Formula One ever? I don't know. I think I might have got one. Not sure. Regardless, it's nice to get it. Thank you very much.
Not a problem. Thanks for joining us on the
Congratulations,
stream
man.
as well. Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
And we'll move you back to the general chat. And I think there's one last guy we'll talk to. I know he's the man of little words, but he's won the race today, and we're going to bring him in. We're going to yoink him in. He's the final person we want to speak to today. Hugo, you are on the mic. We've got a Wimpy here in the commentary channel of us, and we just watched you win another race. How was it from you? You seemed to dominate that one, commanding win from start to finish.
Well, judging from the practice before the race, I was quite scared of Tipsy. he had I think 7 kph more than me.
Yeah.
So I expected him to qualify on pole for a starter. So I didn't really expect to be leading into turn 1, and I think because of that, I won the race, because I think if he was ahead of me on the first lap, then I wouldn't have been able to pass him.
Okay.
What?
Modest answer from Hugo, but yeah, I mean, 8-second lead in the end as you cross the finish line. I mean, what do you think made the difference today? Because you say going into it looked like, and I said at the start of the stream, Tipsy Ball was on for the win pretty much, based on the intelligence we're getting before the race. But what was it different about today? Were you just in the zone today and just able to nail it?
I think it was just consistency. I was managing to replicate my lap within like 2-3 attempts every lap.
That's also what I said on stream. Putting a fast lap in on practice is one thing, but keeping the consistency going is another thing, and that's what brings you the race wins. And yeah, all credit to you, man. You were just an alien today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's going to further cement your position at the top of the standings, and I think you've got a pretty significant gap developing there. I know Pretorius is no longer racing; he was in P2 for a while, so it looks like Thimo would probably move up to P2 for now. But Kirst had a pretty solid race today as well, so I might see him moving up the standings as well. But it looks like you're on for the driver championship for the Assetto Corsa season 2. How are you feeling about that one?
Um, I think Beamer's favourite still. I mean, Thimo, sorry. I think Thimo is by far the favourite to win the championship still. So
Oh, you think so? Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I
well,
think Thimo's by far, especially in the far superior BMW.
right. Well, that's good news for us as watchers of it. I mean, I'll be driving in future races. I won't be contending for the win anytime soon. I'm sure of that. But yeah, I'm sure Wimpy's glad to hear that Hugo reckons Timo is on for the championship. So
Thimo is by far the favourite.
Yeah, Team was the hot championship favorite. Yeah,
yeah,
no argument about that.
he's got work to do though. He really does. And I think we'll round it out there. So thanks for joining us on stream, Kobayashi or Hugo. I'm not sure what to call you these days. But we'll see you again on track soon, okay? There you go. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We will wrap it up for there. Anything else you want to say? Any final thoughts, Wimpy?
Nah, I'm good, man. It's been it's been a long night, so yeah. I think it was a good race in general. Lots of action. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Also
enjoyed.
commentating with you. It's been a privilege. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
just about to say, I enjoyed commentating with you, but I know it's going to be Icewind back next week, so it'll be the A team and back
Yep.
in the commentary box for another. Well, actually, it'll be 2 weeks from here. I have to say, yeah, it's every 2 weeks.
Yeah, and the master back on track, of course.
Of course, yeah. So stay tuned for that. We've got tomorrow to SRL. We've got F1. I think it's Bahrain and
Yeah, tier 2 and tier 1. We got a nice schedule lined up tomorrow for everybody, so stay tuned.
yeah. So the weekend isn't over yet. We've got that to look forward to, and then obviously we've got Tier 3 in SLR.
yes.
History is about to be made. It's going to go live on Wednesday. Thursday again, Tier 2 starts up for SLR. Friday F2 again. We've got SLR Tier 1 on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. We've got action-packed weekend ahead, still remaining, and also the week ahead. And for weeks after that, actually, I think we're going to be yeah, this is like heaven for me, just all these races and all these opportunities. So
We're just getting loaded with some racing action. It's good. Echo's really picking up, and just proud to be part of it. So thank you to everyone for making this possible.
yep, the future is bright. And on that note, we will end the stream. So thanks very much for everybody who watched, and I hope you enjoyed that one as much as we did. Bye now.
Bye bye.